Hello everyone, this is part 17 of What If Naruto Had Two Bloodlines, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. They both headed to the center of the arena and awaited the initiation of the match. Hayate, Sakura Haruno, Ino Yamanaka, the fourth match of the prelims, begin. Ino, Sakura, I never thought I'd be fighting you. Sakura removed her headband. Asuma, it may not look like it, but Ino is an exceptional kunoichi, but, will she be able to go all out against Sakura? Shikamaru, those two. This could be bad. Chuji, is Ino gonna be alright? Asuma, yeah, what will you do, Ino? Sakura, right now, I have no intention of fighting over Sasuke with you. Ino, what was that? Sakura, you and Sasuke don't go together anyway, and I'm completely stronger than you right now. I don't even need to be concerned with you. Ino, Sakura, who do you think you're talking to? Don't get ahead of yourself, crybaby Sakura. Kakashi, Sakura isn't the type to brag about her strength or hurt others, she just doesn't want Ino to not take her seriously or show her mercy. Sakura, I'm just a bud, eh? I have always believed those words you told me, I always hoped they were true, I wanted to be like you, that was my goal. Thanks to that, I am here now, that's why, Ino, I want this to be an all-out fight, unless I really surpass you, it's meaningless. Naruto, what's with them? Why are they all serious like that? Kakashi, he doesn't seem to understand why he acts like he does with Sasuke. Well, you could say that rivalries are strange. Ino removed her headband as well, and she and Sakura began tying them around their heads. Ino plus Sakura, all-out battle. Right away, the two charged for one another. Sakura made a few hand seals and Ino recognized them for the clone jutsu. Ino, this isn't the academy graduation exam. You think you can beat me with a textbook jutsu like that? Stopping, if I look closely, I can figure out which is the real one. Sakura had made two clones and the three of them began to encircle Ino. This was in hopes of confusing her. Sakura, a burst of chakra to my feet, and explode off the ground. Sakura increased her speed and before Ino could pick out the real one, Sakura blasted her with a good right. Ino skidded across the ground for a few feet and struggled to get back up. Naruto, hey, that was pretty good. But if she had hit her like she does me, this match would have already been over. Kakashi, her basic chakra control is perfect for a rookie, Sakura has greatly improved. Naruto, so are you saying that she's better than me? Kakashi, well, yes, the ability to gather chakra to any part of the body and then using it with great timing, in just that, she's even better than Sasuke. Well, in Sakura's case, from the beginning, she was always great at the control of chakra. Sakura, if you think I'm the same old crybaby, then you're wrong. It's time to get serious, Ino. Ino, I'm glad you said that, because here I come. Once again they charged each other, Sakura threw the first punch and Ino dodged it. Ino then attempted a punch of her own, but it was blocked by Sakura using one hand. She pulled Ino towards her and clotheslined her. Ino got back to her feet as quick as she could and attacked again. This time she managed to land a few punches before Sakura threw a wild one of her own. Ino ducked it and came back with an uppercut, causing Sakura to stumble back. Once again Ino was on the offensive, throwing yet another punch. Sakura saw this one coming and threw a punch as well. Both managed to block the incoming attack and were now in a stalemate. They both growled and jumped back to create some distance for the next exchange. They reached for their shurikens and let them fly, knocking the others from the air. Lee. Beautiful movement Sakura, but her opponent is great too. Looks like they are evenly matched. This could be a long battle. About 10 minutes later, everyone watched on as the fight continued to go on. Punches and kicks were thrown and pain and agony was felt as the two continued to bruise and brutalize the other. Ino, since when did she become this strong? Sakura, I can do this. Ino plus Sakura, you. With the same thing in mind, both threw a devastating punch and connected. Both fell to the ground as blood splattered in the air and on the ground. Not wanting to lose, both kunoichi tried to get back to a vertical base. Ino, there's no way, you could be even with me. Falling to a knee. Sakura, hey, of course. How could I be even with someone who only worries about her looks? Barely standing. Both were in bad shape and Ino showed that she was as mentally shaky as she physically looked. Her temper got the best of her and she pulled out a kunai. Ino, you better stop disrespecting me. Shikamaru, idiot, don't let the trash talk affect you. Ino took her kunai and cut her long ponytail. This pointless act shocked everyone. Shikamaru, oh man, she's completely snapped. Ino, I don't need this. She took her ponytail and threw at Sakura, well, in her direction. Every strand messily fluttered all over the arena floor. Ino, I'm going to end this right now. I'll make you give up. Placing hands forward. Shikamaru, no way. Chuji, it can't be. Once Ino finished her seals, Sakura recognized exactly what Ino had in mind. Sakura, I can understand your desperation, but that's useless. Ino, we'll see about that. Sakura, ninja art, mind-body transfer jutsu, a jutsu that by projecting one's own spiritual energy at the opponent, one can take control of their body for a short period of time. But the terrifying jutsu has an important weakness. First, the projected spiritual energy flies at the opponent at a slow speed. Second, if you miss, it takes a few minutes to return to your own body. Basically, during that time, your body will be nothing more than an inanimate doll. Asuma, it's mainly used for spying and gathering information. It's not suited for a battle such as this. Ino, using that here is like asking to lose. Kakashi, if you continue to move then there shouldn't be anything to worry about. Not only that, but if it fails you can take the time that she's vulnerable to get in a few shots. If that were to happen, then Hayate would have no choice but to stop the match. Ino, so what? I won't know unless I try. Shikamaru, it's only useful in battle with the combination of my shadow imitation jutsu. It's useless here. Sakura, if you miss it's over, you understand that. Right. Ino attempted to lock onto Sakura, but she kept moving. Suddenly Sakura slipped on some of the hair that was on the ground. Ino took this opportunity to launch her attack. If Sakura didn't hurry, it would be all over for her. Shikamaru, idiot, don't. Ino, ninja art, mind-body transfer jutsu. Ino's body went limp and Sakura stopped moving. For a while there wasn't anything coming from the battlefield, that is until Sakura, hee, that's really unfortunate, Ino, looks like I have to mess up your pretty face. Chuji, it didn't work. Shikamaru, she's finished. Sakura was about to dish out the beating of a lifetime, but she was stuck. She couldn't seem to move her feet. She looked down and saw that some of the hair on the ground had shackled around her ankles. Ino, hee, you fell for it, Sakura. I finally caught you. It was all an act to get you to fall into this trap, a special rope using my hair and chakra. Now I just enter your body and have you give up. Try as she may, Sakura couldn't move her feet enough to get away. Once again Ino prepared to use her jutsu and Ino, ninja art, mind-body transfer jutsu. Everyone waited anxiously to find out who was now in control of this match, and Sakura's body. Sakura looked at her hands and gave an eerie smile. This signified that Ino's jutsu was a success. With little hesitation, Ino raised Sakura's hand. Kakashi, looks like Sakura's mind has been taken over by Ino. Her plan is most likely in or out of Sakura. Sakura Haruno, would like to for Naruto, Sakuraa. What the hell are you doing? You've come this far, you can't lose to that lame Ino girl. Fight it. In or out of Sakura, he's so annoying, no matter, it's all useless. Suddenly, Ino began to feel a strange sensation. It was unlike any she had experienced before. Sakura was fighting out of her jutsu. Ino tried to hold onto the jutsu, but it was hopeless. She was being overpowered by Sakura's spirit. Ino was forced to release the jutsu. As she returned to her own body she couldn't believe what had happened. Kakashi, once you are caught in that jutsu it isn't easy to push out the invader. Ino's lack of chakra may be part of the reason it was unsuccessful, but, more important may be Sakura's burning desire to defeat her rival Ino. Naruto's cheer acted as a trigger to awaken that, and that must be what defeated the jutsu. Sakura's becoming very similar to Naruto, her inability to accept defeat is beyond the average person, but both can't have very much chakra left. Sakura plus Ino, I don't have much left, this is the end. Both jumped to their feet and cast off their exhaustion as best they could. They charged for what might be the very last time and arched back and both managed to connect with a couple of vicious shots. Ino appeared to get the better of the attack as Sakura took more of the brunt of it. They both went down and for a short while they attempted to sit back up. Sakura managed to groggily make her way back to her feet. Half out of it, she looked at a downed Ino with fire still burning in her eyes. Sakura, I will win. Sakura began to teeter before Ino's eyes, but before she could see whether or not she was really going down, she blacked out. Ino awoke to the sound of cheers. Lee. Tenten. Use the power of youth. Guy. That's it, Lee. Cheer harder. She looked around and noticed that she was sitting next to Sakura, who looked to be in pretty bad shape herself. Her head was ringing and then she noticed where she was. The next match had already begun, Temari versus Tenten, so that meant that one of them had lost. Just as Ino was about to try and stand, Sakura began to fidget. She opened her eyes to see Ino looking back at her and Lee cheering for his teammate. Ino, so you must have passed out too, it's good to see that you're finally awake, Sakura. Sakura, our match is over. Does that mean I lost? Ino, wait, you don't know what happened. I thought I was the one that lost. Kakashi, actually, the match ended in a draw. Ino plus Sakura, a draw. Kakashi, yep. Both of you passed out at the same time, though Sakura was on her feet when she did, turning back to watch the match. Ino, PFT, a tie with you is, I guess, it's okay. It just means that you did make it bloom, a beautiful flower. The two smiled and Ino went on to say, Ino, but it also means that I've got some serious training to do, the next time we fight, you won't get away with just being knocked out. Plus, I have no intention of handing Sasuke over to you. Sakura, oh yeah, well the same goes for me. This soured the mood as the two were now angry at each other. This, however, did not last long as the spectators seemed to be very interested in the current match. Neji, Tenten's weapon attacks, rendered useless. Lee, no way. Tenten had thrown just about every weapon in her arsenal at Temari and couldn't leave a single mark. She was getting desperate, so she decided that she would use her trump card. She originally planned to save it for the final round, but now was as good a time as any to give it a whirl. She took out 2 scrolls and placed them on the ground. From them arose twin smoke dragons with Tenten in the center. Tenten, twin rising dragons. In an instant she summoned a weapon and threw it at Temari, followed by another and another and another, until a shower of sharp metal and pointed sticks rained down on her opponent. In one swift swing of her giant fan, Temari succeeded in stopping every single weapon coming her way. Not ready to give up just yet, Tenten gave it one more try only to be countered by Temari once again. Temari waved her fan, creating a mighty whirlwind that swept up Tenten and her weapons. While in the chakra-controlled twister, Tenten received damage not only from the chakra-infused wind, but from some of her weapons as well. Cuts and bruises were created and blood was spattered all over the arena and even some of the observers. The damage done and the match won, Temari put a stop to her attack only to have Tenten fall on her fan. Being the bad sport she is, Temari tossed Tenten's unconscious frame across the room where she was caught by. Lee, what are you doing? Is that how you treat someone who has given their all in battle? Temari, how boring, nice catch though, but you should take that loser and get out of here. Hayat, the winner of the 5th match, Temari. Without warning, Lee charged Temari and attempted a leaf hurricane, but it was blocked by her fan. Naruto, what's up with this girl? Temari, just as I thought, you're as pathetic as your teammate. Lee, what? Guy, Lee, stop. That's enough. Gaara, Temari, get up here. You've already won. Stop wasting your time with those losers. Guy, hey, you guys, there's something I'd like to warn you about, if you don't mind. Lee is very strong, so you should be cautious. If you have to face him, you'll find that out firsthand. Kiba, that guy's an idiot, picking a fight with those sand guys, I wouldn't want any part of them. Hinata, they all do seem pretty incredible. Kakashi, All but one has made it through, we'll have to see if the last does the same or. Naruto, hey, if he fights me then he'll really have to work for it. He won't get off as easy as the other two. Sakura, that's right, don't lose to those guys Naruto. Naruto, Saku, rah. Surprised look on his face, wait a minute, you're actually rooting me on. Are you alright? Worried look on his face. Sakura, you should be worried about yourself. The only reason I'm encouraging you is because I can't kick their asses myself, without causing some trouble that is. Besides, maybe you can at least do a little damage so that Sasuke doesn't have to do it all himself. If you can't do at least that much then you're not much of a man. Naruto, why yeah. Confused look. He was confused as to what all this had to do with his masculinity. Sakura, I'm counting on you to lend Sasuke a hand, also, thanks for earlier. If it wasn't for you screaming like an idiot, I would have lost to Ino. Naruto, you sure would have, goofy smile. Sakura, growls, I take it all back, there's no way you can win. Naruto drooped his head in disappointment. Shikamaru Nara vs. Tsuchi-kin. Shikamaru, me, a. Dosu, remember, he can control the shadows, watch out for his shadow. Kin. PFT, I won't fall for such a stupid jutsu. The two approached Hayate in the middle of the arena and awaited the start of the match. Shikamaru, I managed to see the other two Sound Nin's abilities, but I still haven't seen hers, and she's already seen my jutsu, what a drag. Hayate, begin. Shikamaru, this is all I have, Shadow Possession Jutsu. Kin did her best to avoid Shikamaru's shadow while throwing a couple of needles his way. He easily ducked them and noticed that there were bells attached to them. He figured that she had deliberately done this so that she could catch him off guard with one or two without the bells. However, he was wrong. The jingle of the bells rang through Shikamaru's head and caused a strange sensation. Shikamaru looked back at where the sound had come from and realized that it was a trick. He turned back but was too late, he was pricked with more needles. Kin. Hey, this is too easy. All I have to do is watch for your shadow and. Kin began to feel strange. For some reason she couldn't seem to move her body. She soon got an explanation as she seemed to be involuntarily mimicking her opponent. Shikamaru, hey, the shadow possession jutsu finally worked. Kin. What are you talking about? I don't see your shadow anywhere. Shikamaru, you haven't noticed yet. A string that high shouldn't be able to cast a shadow, pointing to the ground, I can lengthen, shrink, and freely control my own shadow, though there is a limit. I made my shadow really skinny to make it look like it was made by the string, and then attached it to you. Shikamaru reached in his holster and pulled out a shuriken forcing Kin to do the same. He then had both of them toss them. As the shurikens got closer and closer to their targets, everyone was in suspense. Shikamaru ducked the incoming shuriken by bending over backwards, which allowed Kin to do the very same. A loud bang echoed throughout the arena as Kin's skull crashed into a nearby wall. Shikamaru, one down, if you're a shinobi, then fight with knowledge of your surroundings, even if we move the same, the distance to the wall behind us was different. I used the shuriken so that you wouldn't notice how close to the wall you were. Hayate, winner, Shikamaru Nara. Naruto, even that lazy bum Shikamaru managed to win his match, when is it gonna be my turn? Lee, I would also like to be given the chance to prove myself, especially to Sakura. Sakura, what? You don't have to do that, I'm a nobody, honest, instead, you should do your best and make sure that you don't get yourself hurt by trying to prove yourself like that girl down there, watching as Kin is carted away. Dosu, so I'm the only one left. Kiba, there are only a few people left, there's the Sound Nin, me, you, Naruto, Chuji, Neji, that Lee guy, and that brat from the sand. As long as I don't have to go up against that guy then it's all good. Neji, this year's rookies are more impressive than I first thought. Hayate, now the next match. Sakura finally blossoms, Shikamaru wins by beating a girl, and Temari shows just how bad the Sand Shinobi are. Who will fight next? X. That will be all for this video, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos, goodbye.